Oh, hi there! I so didn't know you were gonna be here today. I am losing my mind, okay? Anyway, hello, welcome. It's me, Lucy, aka the MT Rep Coach, with another mini lesson for this week. Killing it. So today's lesson topic is, so I'm not working, what do I do? Which at any time period in history can be fairly prevalent and can be a question we ask ourselves, but you know, if you don't know, in case you haven't heard, it's 2020. It's March/April.
It's Corona time. Hey, it's Corona time right now.
So at the start here, I do want to say that these recommendations and these tips are under the assumption that you are physically and mentally well. There's a lot of content out there at the moment that is very strongly saying to people in quarantine or in isolation that you need to use this time and be a better person, and how are you going to come out of the end of this, and you've got to have your life together and like grow and blah 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 blah. I think that is on the surface a very good recommendation. I think to get you out of bed in the morning, it is good to have some sort of purpose and really try to have that mindset of making the most of the time that you have now, because in the arts industries and in a lot of other industries, we have lost a lot recently, but we have gained a lot of time. So I think that is a good recommendation to make the most of this time, because it is something we're not often blessed with. However, we can't expect in this weird time we're living in to be operating at 100% of the time. And you know what? Just allow yourself to have a sucky day if you need it. So if you are not in a good place, I would deal with that first, and then when kind of the fundamentals are working for you, we can build on them and become a better human being, because why not? First thing to think about, goals. Gotta have some goals, okay? More importantly than the goals themselves is the why. Why do you want that goal? The why is so much more important than the goal, because that is where, you know, the action is going to come from, is the why. Okay, how many times have you told yourself you're going to learn a language? How many times? I tried to learn French for like a month. Do you think I know any French? No, because I didn't have a strong why. I'm not going to France, so why would I learn French? But what I am working on is I am working on my flexibility and stretching, because I want to be able to high kick myself in the face, because I want that to be a part of my 8 count improv that I bring into future dance calls. Okay, so that's a solid why, because every time I think about not stretching, I think about not being able to high kick my face, and that makes me a little bit sad. So that's the basics of finding a why. Make sure that why is quite strong. Find the strongest version of the why that you can. So come up with something that you would like to do, a skill you would like, and then why you want that skill, because those will be your strongest development points during this time. So once you have your goal and once you have your why, the next step is to put systems in place to make sure that you reach it. Because it's all great to have goals. That's awesome. You wanna sing a top C, that's great. How are you going to do it? There's a guy I follow called Brian Keane. He's a fitness guy, and he often says the phrase, and I actually love this phrase. He says, show me what you do every day and I'll show you where you'll be in a year. So that's what I'm getting at with these systems, is like you need to come up with things that you can do every day to move a little half centimeter closer to where you want to be. And then by the time you measure out a long stretch of time, like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, that little inch turns into, I can't do the maths, but like a kilometer or something. You get my point. I would also encourage you with your systems to start small and then build it up. Don't try to do too much too quickly. Don't try to like become a baker, do the splits and belt the highest you can belt all in one day. Take it one goal at a time, one system at a time. Let's say that, you know, you want to get into the habit of singing every day, okay? Because you've got some singing goal. You want to belt a G, you want to soprano or top C, okay? Start by promising yourself that you will sing for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, whatever you can manage, whatever will still be enjoyable for you. Promise yourself to that, then do it, and say to yourself that if you get, that you just have to tick off the 10 minutes. If you do more, great. If you want to stop at the 10 minutes, you can stop. You have permission to stop. Chances are you won't stop at the 10 minutes. You'll keep going for maybe half an hour, but promising yourself the half an hour creates this kind of like, oh, I gotta like sit. It makes it much harder to get started on that habit if you tell yourself you're gonna do it for half an hour or an hour. 5 or 10 minutes is a great starting point because you can probably manage that. The great thing with these systems and these habits is once you start meeting these promises to yourself, it builds confidence and it stacks on top of each other, and then it gives you momentum, which is what we all need right now, but is what you need if you don't have much to occupy yourself with, you know, COVID or not. So now you've got your goals, you've got your systems on how to achieve said goals. Now have a think as what part of your day can you fit this system in, or what part of your day is the optimum part to set it in. So imagine you have to do something really, really difficult, like something that you really don't want to do. And have a think about what part of the day you're more likely to do that in. So for me, it's first thing in the morning. Is like I'm most motivated and disciplined first thing in the morning. If I want to work out, it's when I do it. If there's something I don't want to do, that's when I do it. Once I get to afternoon, evening, all I want to do is just laze around, eat dinner and watch Tiger King. Let's be real. But there are a lot of people that are more motivated in the evenings when it gets dark. It's when you get your most creative. It's when things start happening. So if that is you, then you save your systems for the evening or the afternoon or whatever works for you, whatever basically is a surefire way to get it done, that you really get it done. So make a decision on that. If you don't know, then just try some stuff. Like, you know, find something you don't want to do and then try it in the morning. Find something you don't want to do it in the evening, you know? So another thing I've been implementing, which kind of fits in to the last one, is a thing called habit stacking. I did not come up with this. This is something I read about in the book called Atomic Habits, which I love. You've got a goal if you want to start doing something new that you're not used to doing, and you want to try and make it automatic or as autonomous as possible. Habit stacking is a technique where you take something that you already do and add your new habit in to the mix somehow. So an example is what I'm doing at the moment is I am getting in the habit of making my bed, because I'm an adult and I don't make my own bed, so that's a thing. So what I do, I slipped it in with my coffee habit, because I drink coffee every morning without fail. So what I do is I flick the kettle on to boil some water, and then in that time that it takes the kettle to boil, I go and make my bed. Whereas I used to, as the kettle was boiling, like scroll my phone or something, but now I'm making my bed. So yeah, that habit stacking can be used anyway. That's how I use it. Like in a more theatre context, if you want some ideas, you could stretch while you watch a certain TV show. Do a simple thing like you sing after you have your shower, you sing right before you have lunch or something. So it kind of fits into something like right before or right after something you already do. So there you go. Okay, it gives you some specificity. The next kind of system to put in place is to track your habit somehow. Find a way to track it. So that could be, if you want to achieve a certain vocal range, focus on one song and that has the range you want or is heading towards the range you want, and use that kind of as a tester. So, you know, if you go, I want to belt an F, choose a song that has a belted F in it, and then like warm up, do your proper warm up, and then give it a go and go, okay, no. Or if you want to be more flexible, maybe taking progress pictures every couple of weeks or every week could help you see how you're tracking. Just find a way to track it. And then the last tip is, don't be too hard on yourself as well. So this kind of links into the start of the video, is like, if you just ain't feeling it, take the day off. It is fine. Particularly as a creative, this is very important. An old teacher gave me this analogy, and I think it's a great one to use, that creativity is like a fish pond. If you overfish the pond, there ain't gonna be any fish. So don't overfish the pond. It might be productive to give yourself a break and come back to it. So yeah, just enjoy the process, enjoy the time you have off, because you might as well. The thing with this is the time is gonna pass anyway, and you can use it or not use it. Of course, we all want to keep growing and developing and creating, because if we're not doing that, then we are shrinking and shriveling and dying. I don't mean literally necessarily, just like creatively, but don't push it if you're not feeling it. And that is all. So if that rose up more questions than answers, or you would like some more specific help on all of this stuff, visit my website www.themtrepcoach.com to find out in what capacity will work for you, or throw me an email at themtrepcoach@gmail.com and I can recommend you something from there. I can help you out with any of this kind of coaching recommendation stuff. I can also help you out with some repertoire recommendations based on your goals, or if it is your goal to get into an arts uni at the end of the year, I can certainly help with that as well, or anything else music theatre related. Alright, otherwise keep following me on Facebook, Instagram for some more free content and mini lessons. Goodbye for now.